Welcome back. You're watching Interface here on SABC3, and tonight we're discussing the high costs of telecommunications in the country and what's to be done about it. Tell us what you think. Remember, you can send us an email on interface@sabc.co.za. Hopefully it won't be too pricey for you. Mr. Muller, you wanted to respond to something Mr. Mashilo was saying before.
Indeed, he said there was no proof or evidence that was presented at the ICASA hearings, but we presented evidence and we showed the panel that the cost is 1,000% higher. The panel, in fact, when they questioned Telkom on this issue, they lots of times referenced the fact that it's multiple times more expensive. So there was no question that the evidence was presented. And the set of ADSL regulations that came out then was very disappointing. And we tried to get clarity from ICASA on specifically what it means. Industry itself says basically not able to implement these regulations. So consumers are again suffering, and there's no feedback from ICASA and clarity.
Is ICASA adequately equipped to deal with all of these issues? We've seen in the press recently lack of resources, lack of staff, not enough counsellors. Are there tremendous challenges for ICASA in order to do what it should be doing?
I think from any other kind of environment, enough will always not be enough, as I would like to point out. But I just want to relate back that first and foremost, we do acknowledge and admit that there is something that needs to be done about the high cost of telephony. And with regard to ADSL, we'll go back and have a real look at it. There is what they call price cap. ADSL is one of the products in the basket of services. Now, it is historical. You have to start with a base cost. And then from there, you say you will increase the next level at CPI minus X, retail price index minus productivity factor. And every cost in that basket should not be above a certain percentages. So there are variances there. But you find that ADSL has long been expensive from its baseline. So the increase really is not more or less a material in the sense that
when you say that you will go back and relook, how soon could we start
Well,
seeing
that is actually happening now. I've activated a committee that was operational last year to start look at it and all the issues that we can bring to the fore. We certainly will do something about it to the best of our ability. I don't contest. So I don't want us to be wasting time creating a debate. The admission is there that something needs to be done and something will be done.
I think it's the urgency which happens to be the problem in this industry.
Right now. It's being handled right now.
If you allow me, I think we do agree that insofar as broadband is concerned, the price is high. And that's a function of a couple of things. One of them being the availability of basic ICT infrastructure in the country. We don't have sufficient of that. And that's why, as a result, I've mentioned before that the impact of policy takes time to begin. You begin to see it. Insofar as the telecoms cost we see, the voice calls, it's beginning to happen. And in fact, if you look at
why is it, though, that when we keep hearing these stats and the comparisons are made that, for example, countries like Botswana and countries like Morocco are better off than us, when presumably we would have a better infrastructure?
Well, one, we don't have sufficient broadband infrastructure, and government, as government, we will be investing. One thing we're happy with Telecoms 30 billion investment infrastructure. We're happy we support Neotel investment infrastructure. As government, we will be investing and rolling out InfraCo, whose aim is to provide national broadband at wholesale prices. Which prices?
When?
Well, Neotel funding has been given to Neotel. The plans are in place, and I'm hopeful, but very, very soon, hopefully by the end of this year, we'll have Neotel rolling out. Now, the fact that we're willing to intervene is because we realize that whilst our policy have begun to achieve certain things, as government, we need to do more, and hence we're beginning to invest in this infrastructure. But the one point I wanted to bring is that, you know, more often than not, and I guess it's a result of what they say: if it leads, it bleeds, something like that. You all get negative perspective, sorry about it. If you look at the Financial Mail of 19th February, there was an article about a number of call centers in Cape Town who actually are going out and saying, insofar as telecoms cost is concerned, the drawback is minimal, or there's no drawback. The challenge again comes back to your broadband, and even that, that I'm quoting that article.
Yet in the same breath, we then hear from companies like Reuters, who then say they are not investing as much as they would like in this country because of the high telecoms costs.
Again, the point I'm making is that, again, if I read that article, the article is very general. You know, it's unlike the article you referred to earlier, where they even begin to compare with countries. But it's very generic. It's very broad, and it's very negative. What as a country we need to do? It's okay. We need to compare ourselves with other countries, but we need to compare ourselves to begin to get certain things that we can take from those countries, localize in the country.
Okay, let's look at those international comparisons after the break. You're watching Interface. Stay with us.